Hello everybody, my name is Cody, bringing you guys yet another video, and in today's video, I'm continuing the daily series. That probably won't be the intro for that for much longer, but just for now, just to kind of keep up with myself saying, hey, remember this is supposed to be a daily series. So, just get, a little bit used to me saying daily series until it really is more of a daily series, or at least a more consistent series. So today, I know yesterday in the video I said that it was gonna be the Spice Buds, Ginger, Nikki, and Sancho. Well, the thing is that this week is supposed to be movie boss category enemies. It turns out that they're not in movie boss category enemies because technically they're not the main antagonist, so they're not technically part of the category, so they're not allowed to be here. So instead, I thought a card that we haven't really seen in a while and could potentially be a dual Dokkan Fest at some point. Who knows when? It would definitely be with a Gohan though. Would be a Bojack. Now the thing is would it be a base Bojack that can transform, just like it'd be a base Gohan that goes into Super Saiyan 2, or would this be based in a full power? Would it start as full power? I started as full power mainly because I made it, this yesterday, a transforming character that had, needing to make a double style of creating, two different cards I had to create. So I was like, you know what? If I'm not able to create the whole four, because I was actually going to make four cards for today. It was going to be Sancho, Ginger, and Nikki as their own cards, and then I was going to make a trio card. The single ones were going to be a free to play. The trio one was going to be kind of like a cooler core type of thing. The cooler's armored squad style, like they can support his category and support him and be better like that. But then turns out they're not part of the category, which means that they're not part of this week. Technically, I could have been doing Dragon Ball Seekers because they've all been Dragon Ball Seekers, but I did say that it is all movie boss. So this will be Bojack, and he is a different name from the LR because the LR is Full Power Bojack Galactic Warrior, because this is when he still has his other his four henchmen with him. So it is not, he has not yet become by himself, which is what this one is. This is actually after he murks Zangia, which is why he will not be part of the joined forces and why he is part of Diabolical Villains. As you can see by his leader skill, which is Diabolical Villains category key plus 3, all stats plus 150, and then Extreme Tech key plus 3, 120 across the board for stats. His stats are 1550 or 15 15,150 HP, 18,800 attack, and 11,275 defense, based loosely kind of with the Majin Vegeta. So this is him fully built out, I believe, with his whole passive stuff and his potential orb system. This should be like that. So I chose Extreme Tech because, if I'm not mistaken, there's not. I think it's under one of the categories that I was looking at. There isn't a single one. Oh no, not for this one. It was for a different. It was for the other ones. I chose Tech because Tech was very lacking in each of his categories. So I was looking through each of the categories that he would be on, and I was seeing how many of each, how many units were in each of the typings that didn't already have, that were like good units too. Not just like, looking at AGL or looking at, tech for the time travelers. It has like the first form cell that goes into the prime by LR. You wouldn't use that. You wouldn't. I mean, you could use the TUR for LR Zamasu, but like if you don't have them, then it's like ugh. And then the Mass Sane, the Easy A cell. You have units, but nothing over the top. And then his super attack would be the Galactic Buster. His, this way. This thing, of course, probably wouldn't have him coughing up blood or looking so damaged, but I think it's his 12 key for his LR when he puts, he creates 2 energy, puts it and slams it to the enemy. Probably would make it look a lot cooler than this, and no beam struggle against Gohan. That is just the one I found. There might be a time when he did it before. I haven't seen the Boujack movie in so long. Just like most of the movies, I haven't seen them in so long. So don't be expecting, my knowledge of every single one to be flawless. for the most part, it'll be, if I'm not mistaken, or I believe this is until we get to different characters in different areas. I chose movie bosses because I kind of feel like, as I said, movie bosses is honestly like a lot of Broly's, a lot of coolers, Frieza's, one Janemba that you'd really use. Not exactly, diverse. So, this card, I think, could be really good just because A, he shares every link other than 2 with the LR Bojack. He has the Hera Clan, which is key +2, Galactic Warriors, which is 20% attack, Big Bad Bosses, attack and defense +25 when HP is below 80%, Thirst for Conquest +15% attack, Revival, which is key +2, not shattering the limit because he will be a fierce battle unit, and then not legendary power because it's not an LR, and instead of that he has brutal beatdown, which means that if you link him up with somebody who has fierce battle and brutal beatdown along with this Bojack, then that means that you're getting a staggering 85% for this unit just from his passive, meaning that he's going to hit, well, can be 85 if you have big bad bosses, but that does mean that this unit is going to be hitting like a truck. He's going to be one of the highest damaging units in Dokkan, especially if you pair him up with this Bojack, who on his 18 key raises extreme class allies attack by 40% for 1 turn. And if you get a double super, because on his super he causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers the enemy defense while raising extreme class allies attack by 30% for 1 turn. So a little bit, instead of 40 it's 30, so not quite as good. So that means that if the LR Bojack gets his 18 key, he'll boost his attack by 40%, and then if he gets a double super, that second super attack is going to get the 40% and his 30%, plus all of his other stats and stuff. He is going to hit unbelievably hard, and he'll still be fairly tanky. He has a very similar passive to the LR Bojack, with the whole, attack and defense plus 80% for the LR. This is attack and 20%. Attack and defense plus 120%, so an additional 40, and then plus an additional attack boost up to 100%. The more HP remaining, the greater attack boost, and additional defense boost up to 100%. The less HP remaining, the greater defense boost. So it basically is like, if you easy aid this LR Bojack, you would get this card, other than his leader in the change in super attack. But the thing that sets him apart, besides from Fierce Battle, which is just amazing, is the fact that as additional parts of his passive is plus an additional 50% attack when there's a Hybrid Saiyan category enemy. Mainly, I was thinking, should I also include Pure Saiyan? But the whole thing was mainly against Gohan. And then he also was, pissed at Trunks because Trunks killed Gokua, I believe is his name. I believe Trunks kills him. So I was like, yeah, Hybrid Saiyans did a bit more. And then plus an additional 3 key and attack and defense plus 75% when facing Gohan. So if you're facing against Gohan, you're getting an additional 125% attack and 75 defense. So a lot more attack than pretty much any unit at this point, other than the LR I made yesterday, but he also cannot defend if you go into his 18 key, and that's also an LR, so... And then he also gets an active skill, because I think, reading up on it a bit, I honestly think this is just kind of funny to have. It's going to be, kind of similar in the whole, like, Wheelo and Vegeta and Nappa thing, with the whole, like, somebody dying, and then, like, that's the exchange. But for this one, it's his active skill when he throws Zangia, because she's being cowardly. So he throws Zangia and then blows her up to try to create a smoke screen. So what that does is dodges all attacks, and then the next attack is guaranteed to hit and crit, starting from the 3rd turn of combat. And the whole thing why it does that is the fact that he was doing this to try to create a smoke screen against Gohan in order to get a sneak attack on him. So obviously it failed in the movie, but in this it would succeed. So Gohan or whoever you're fighting wouldn't be able to see you, so they can't hit you. Only that character, though, he would be able to hit, like if you had, Garlic Jr. after and there's attacks on Garlic Jr., he would still be able to take damage. But Bojack would not be able to take damage. And then it would hit and crit because there would be a sneak attack and the sneak attack crit. There's no. I would do additional damage, but that would just probably be like a 20 million attack stat, and that would be too insane. For his categories, he has Resurrected Warriors, Movie Bosses, Full Power, Time Traveler, Diabolical Villains, and Terrifying Conquerors. All of these are the same for the LR Bojack, other than Joint Forces, where he gets Diabolical Villains because he kills Zangia, and the LR has the rest of them, his team, with him, which means that he hasn't killed Zangia yet. So, would he be good on all these teams? Definitely. I mean, obviously, you would always want him with a Bojack because he has very Bojack-like links. But then also, Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, Fierce Battle, Brutal Beatdown, phenomenal for pretty much any extreme team. Revival for any time that somebody has, is Resurrected Warrior. Most of them, if they have Revival, he would be fantastic with that. So for all of those teams, he would definitely fit pretty well, and he would definitely improve those teams dramatically. And he would also give a pretty big revival to the LR Bojack. It's kind of like how when we got Rage Tech or a Rage the Physical Rage Trunks, his EZA when he became the Fantastic Support Unit, and the Vegeta family category, that physical LR Trunks got a huge resurgence just because he then had a fantastic partner with him, and he also got more attack and defense being a big thing for him, and then also the additional key so he can get his 18 key super more likely. It really gave him a resurgence. So giving, old units, because LR Bojack came out in October of 2017 and April of 2018 for JP Global, respectively. So it has been a while, and I think he actually is the most recent Bojack too. So we haven't seen a Bojack in a while. Now, they might wait a while for this because we didn't, just last year, coming up on a year, we did just get a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So they might wait a little bit until we get another Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, because of course, if you're gonna have this Bojack and it's gonna be a dual Dokkan Fest, you're not gonna have him with like the Trunks or a Vegeta. Sorry about that. I started dropping my phone and it got it slid up. So, you're not going to have it against like a Vegeta or a Trunks. It's going to be against a Gohan that probably transforms, so don't worry about replacing. He'll probably be base form. I would hope he goes base form and then transforms to 1 and then to 2. So, hopefully, maybe 2021 or end of 2020 would have something like that. So, hopefully this is kind of the area, maybe a new category instead of extreme tech, just a new category, because they haven't really been, for Dokkan Fest, they don't normally do a category and a typing. They usually do 2 categories, one brand new one and then one old one. So it'd be like Diabolical Villains and some, I don't know, something else. I can't think of a new thing, but something else, maybe something to not to do with the Hera clan to say, but something to do with clans. So like him, Frieza clan, any other time that they would introduce some form of a clan to the game, that could be something, but who knows. But that does it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, then hit the like button and tell me what you guys liked about the video so I can keep keep improving so you guys like even more. And if you didn't like the video, then go ahead and dislike it and tell me what you didn't like so I can tell that you guys were not a big fan of what I was doing and what I can change to improve on next time so that everyone can start liking a bit more and more, and it can be better videos for everyone. If you guys want to know when tomorrow's video comes out and when any video comes out, the best way to know is by subscribing and maybe hitting that bell. Might be able to give you a notification when I post too. But that does it for this video. Bye guys.